What are school districts saying about the driver shortage? We'll tell you the results of school bus fleet survey data in just a moment. Hello and welcome to The Route, School Bus Fleet's content series that keeps you in the know. I'm Amanda Huggett, your executive editor, in my first episode. Today we're going to cover top news and trends in the school transportation industry. The Route is brought to you by Thomas Built Buses, a leader in pupil transportation. So let's get rolling. Our first stop is with the EPA. In late September, the agency announced its latest round of funding for the 2024 Clean School Bus Rebate Program. It's the third round of federal funds for fleets thanks to the bipartisan infrastructure law. This year, $965 million is allocated to accommodate even more buses. The agency increased the max number of buses per application from 25 to 50. Each applicant can request up to $325,000 per bus to convert their fleet to zero-emission, propane, or natural gas, as well as fund charging infrastructure. Applications are due by 4 p.m. Eastern on January 9th, so don't delay. Next, we're stopping by Thomas Built Buses and Bluebird, both of which have a change in their C-level executives. At Bluebird, President Britton Smith has resigned for personal reasons. Current CEO and former president Phil Horlock will step back into the role. The news comes just months after Smith was announced in a plan to succeed Horlock as CEO by the end of September. Over at Thomas Built, a new face has joined the ranks. The OEM welcomes TJ Reed as president and CEO of the school bus manufacturer, as well as Freightliner Chassis. He succeeds Thomas Bankston, who's moved into the same role over at Daimler Truck. Now let's pay a visit to First Student, who just rolled out two brand new services and solutions for students. The first is called First Charge, an above-ground EV charging solution. It's essentially a trenchless infrastructure system that schools can use to save themselves time, cost, and hassle of installing their own equipment to charge electric buses. The company claims it will save 50% of the typical construction costs and is scalable. The second solution is called First Services, and it's essentially expert consulting on everything from electrification to routing, maintenance, training, and even student behavior. Rather than a full service model, though, districts can now turn to First Services for specific support as they need. Well, School Bus Safety Week is upon us, and this year from October 21st to 25th. You can find tools and tips for how to prepare on our website. While we turn an extra eye to safety, its importance is illustrated as we look at the stats surrounding school bus accidents. Two West Coast companies recently teamed up to analyze 10 years of data from the NHTSA, and what they found was both good and bad. School bus-related crash deaths are declining, but there are still about 108 people killed each year. Between 2013 and 2022, there were 976 fatal crashes that resulted in over 1,000 deaths and 130,000 injuries. 71% of fatalities were from occupants of other vehicles, though, and the most dangerous time on the road was between 3 and 4 p.m. We hope that as safety technology continues to advance, that number keeps going down. And you can find the full report on our websites. Our next stop is a look at the results from School Bus Fleet's latest survey. We polled school districts across the country to learn about their operations, finances, and their fleets. And I'll give you just a few of the takeaways. First is that starting pay for drivers has increased. Over 2/3 of districts reported a rise in their hourly pay, now with an average wage of $22.96. No doubt to combat the driver shortage and keep up with inflation. But it also appears that the strain of the driver shortage is finally loosening its grip. 12% fewer districts reported that their shortage was severe, and even more are celebrating no shortage. But further, electric bus adoption is increasing slightly, and diesel, of course, remains the top choice. Gwinnett County Schools in Georgia once again topped the list for top 5 school districts in the U.S. for number of routes, students transported, total mileage, and number of buses. Now, as an extra tidbit today, I want to announce School Bus Fleet's parent company, Bobit, has a new CEO and owner. Colin Sutherland has stepped in to lead our media company forward, and his experience in fleets at Geotab means that he understands the business. We're all so happy to welcome him here. You've also got a couple more new faces at School Bus Fleet. If you missed the announcements last month, you might wonder who I am and what I'm doing here. Well, to quote Taylor Swift, it's me. Hi, I'm your editor. It's me. Wes Platt has passed the torch, and I'm so excited to be stepping into this new role. I've worked with Wes and I've written for School Bus Fleet in the past, so I'm not a total stranger to the world. And I can't wait to learn more about it. We've also welcomed a new associate editor, Carl, who some of you may be hearing from as we team up to report on this fascinating industry. You can find more school bus headlines and hot topics on our website anytime. Be sure to follow our YouTube channel and connect with us on social media. And a big thank you to our sponsor of the route, Thomas Built Buses, a leader in pupil transportation. All right, that's it for me today. Drive safely and see you next time on the route. Thank you for stopping by.